God's chicken? Amazing. Oh, hey, what's up? I didn't notice you there. Long time no see. So it's been a hot minute. It's kind of funny, like before I left to Korea, everyone kept saying, oh, when you get there, you need to make a mukbang, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go and make a mukbang. Well, it's been 18 months, but finally posting up my first Korean mukbang. Today, we have none other than KFC, Korean Kentucky Fried Chicken. How does that work? I have no idea. So let's go ahead and unbox what we got, and then let's go ahead and begin eating, and then I'll go ahead and start answering some questions that some of the homies provided through Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'll go ahead and leave my handle in the description below. Make sure to press follow so you can keep up with me. I post like once every 2 months. Yeah, but anyways, let's begin. Alright, here it is. Honestly, I didn't know that they were gonna be like chicken. I thought they were tenders. The translation said tender chicken. I guess they were just tooting their own horn, but I'll be the judge of that. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and eat this chicken. It's gonna get a little messy, so hopefully you don't mind me. I'm using a glove for the culture because they do that here. They eat fried chicken with sauce with gloves. Don't question it, respect the culture. Alright. Let's go ahead and start. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's definitely sweet. It's not overly spicy, but it's got a good kick. Definitely tasty. Definitely not something that you can find at a KFC at home. I got some French fries here. I don't know what it is, but it seems like every fried chicken place's fries taste like this. It's like they all order from the same fried chicken French fries place. I have a confession. I've actually never watched a mukbang video, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So once again, shout out to all of my friends who submitted some questions to me. If I don't answer your question in particular, try not to take it personally. I did screen the questions, and some of the questions do overlap, so I am answering your question, but through another person's question, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. First question. What do you feel like Korea did really well at in containing the thing around the world that is making people sick that I don't think I'm allowed to say without getting flagged? So let's call it cold turkey. What did Korea do well at in containing cold turkey? So first, people wear their masks. Yeah, the people here wear their masks. My first graders wear their masks. I don't have to tell them twice. So I think that's the first thing that they did well. Another thing they did well is, it's a smaller country, so they were able to limit all international transport to one airport, if I'm not mistaken. And then Every time someone new re-enters the country, they have to do a mandatory 14-day quarantine. Also, if you get tested positive, you have to do a 14-day quarantine. It's mandatory. If you don't do it, I think they fine you pretty heavily. I'm sure they even include jail time. I think they'll just deport you if you're a foreigner, but I haven't heard a case. Next question. How amazing is your girlfriend? I wonder who asked that. She's very amazing. She supports me in all that I do. Even crazy things like move to another country. Across the world. With a pretty large time zone difference. Yeah, I'm blessed. Favorite holiday and why? I'm gonna have to go with Christmas. Because first of all, it's Jesus' birthday, and that's all that matters. And because as a student for most of my life, and now a teacher, I usually get a winter break and get to enjoy Christmas. Yeah, Thanksgiving's a close second though. But yeah, Christmas is number one holiday for me. An item you want to save for. Not really an item, but I want to pay off all my student loans. I feel like my loans are probably like the thing that's like killing me right now. But if I had to pick like a material item, a house, so that I can build a home gym inside my home. What do you like more? Teaching in the States or South Korea? It's hard to say. I think the context is very different. It's hard to make a direct comparison. So, when I taught in the States, I was in my rookie year. Everything was moving so fast for me. And to add on, I was going for my master's degree at the same time. So I was always swamped, okay? So from sunrise to sunset, I was working. If it wasn't something for work, like for my students, then I was doing classwork. And then on the weekends, I would have class, so I didn't really get to enjoy my weekends, and I was constantly stressed. Whereas here, I'm not really a public school teacher, I'm a Hagwon teacher. So Hagwon is pretty much like a private supplemental academy. So like the Korean school system here is different. It's more common for students to go to 2 or even 3 different schools. So they'll go to their normal school during the day, and then they'll come to me in the evening so that I can teach them English. The biggest difference is that I get 3 hours of prep. So yeah, it's pretty nice, it's pretty great. I'm not a student anymore. I can enjoy my time and my weekends, and I rarely ever have to take work home. I think like in my time of being here, I probably only worked off the clock for 1 hour. So I'm not going to say which one I like better. I enjoy teaching, and both of them are great. I'll leave it at that. Is my mouth messy? I should probably get a napkin. Alright, next question. What's a spot you'd take your date to in South Korea? Alright fellas, take notes because I'm giving out some free keys. Alright, so I live in Busan, which is like the coast. And I actually live like 5 to 10 minutes away from the beach. So what I would do is I would take my date out on a picnic to the beach. And then we'd go and rent kayaks, and we'd just go and enjoy some time out on the water, enjoy a nice breeze. And then we'll come back and find a cute little cafe to go to and just chill and hang out in there, sip on some iced coffee. And then if we're hungry, we'll go and have some Korean barbecue for dinner. It's a great date idea, right? You can give me credit, give me props for that one. That one works for you.
Okay, next question.
Have you learned to read Hangul? Ani-yo. No. So, pretty disappointed with myself in this one, okay? So, I wanted to learn and take like formal Korean classes, but when I first got here, I had kind of a wonky schedule. And then once the cold turkey happened, like all classes were completely canceled. So I was just kind of hanging on until like the timing was good again. And then by the time it got good again, it's already like almost time for me to come home. So I didn't want to pay like, I don't know, like $300 a month for classes. But yeah, I think that's like one of my biggest regrets. If anything, if you're planning to move to Korea, you should learn before you move, because when you get here, it does get a little bit busy. But yeah, and I know, Brandon, you could have like gotten a textbook or something and just teach yourself. But I don't know. I like when it's a language, I like having an instructor to like confirm that I'm doing something right. That's just me though. But yeah, it's pretty disappointing. It's something that I wish that could have been different. But no excuses. I guess I just didn't really want it bad enough. How clean do you eat your bones? I feel like if you don't eat your bones completely clean, like you're wasting a lot of food. That's just what I was taught growing up. Hi, Mom and Dad. Do you guys watch my videos? I don't know. If you're watching, hi. Next question. What was the biggest culture difference you experienced living in Korea compared to the US? Biggest culture difference? I would say that theft is really low in Korea. So people just leave their personal belongings like out laying around. So like if you go to a cafe, people will leave their laptops and phones out on tables unattended. Like they'll go order food or order drinks and they'll just leave it there. They'll go to the bathroom and there's no one there to wash their stuff. I thought that was crazy when I first saw that. I was like, oh my gosh. Next question. What's the top American food / restaurant you've missed while being in SK? So American food, probably Chick-fil-A. Like I miss that Chick-fil-A sauce, and I miss like, you know, sometimes you just want a good like simple chicken sandwich. They're really sauce heavy here in Korea, which is good in its own way, but sometimes you just want something a little more on the simple side. But in terms of like other restaurants, I think I just miss having like a large array of different cuisines. Like a lot of the cuisines here that aren't Korean are usually like a fusion type of cuisine, and let's just say that it's not my favorite. Next question. What's the hardest thing about long distance relationship, and what's the most rewarding for you? The hardest thing about a long distance relationship is a long distance relationship. Everything's hard. Relationships are hard enough, and then being long distance, it's like even harder. The reward is my significant other, of course. She's the reward. If she's not the reward, then what am I doing it for? So yeah, long distance relationships are hard. If they're for you, then that's great. If it's not for you, then it's good to know about yourself. Next question. Share something creepy that happened to you while in Korea. So, I don't know, I wouldn't say creepy, but something weird that happened to me was one time I was coming home. It's probably like 11 at night. Some lady stopped me and she was like trying to speak to me in Korean, and like I said before, I don't know how to speak Korean. So I like told her that I'm not Korean, and she's just like, "Are you sure you're not Korean?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm sure I'm not Korean. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not Korean." Like, why would you ask me if I'm sure? You know, and then like she kept going on and going on, and she was like really adamant about like what she was saying, even though I couldn't understand her. But I guess she was trying to get me to like pre-order some kind of bracelets, but it's 11 o'clock at night and you don't even have the bracelets on you. That's just suspicious, you know? So I was just like, no, and I just left. But yeah, not really creepy, just kind of strange and odd. So I think my favorite thing was just the experience itself. Like coming from a guy that oh yeah, spice is getting to me. Like as a guy who has lived in the same city my whole life, being able to explore a different place and learn about a different culture and just put myself in a situation that I was unfamiliar with was just really challenging. And I think the whole experience in itself was like really good for me, and it was very eye-opening, and I've learned a lot. And if you're ever like thinking about like wanting to go to Korea to teach, I think you should give it a try. You know, your contract's a year at most places, so you know, like it's a year of your life that like, you know, you can just go and try something new, and not all your experiences will be good and not all your experiences will be bad. So, you know, take a chance and just make the most out of it. And a less sentimental version of that, my favorite thing is living by the beach and the forest so that I can go hiking a lot and I can also go swimming a lot. That's pretty cool. My least favorite part is probably like just being so far away from everybody. That like it does get kind of hard, especially with like the cold turkey going on right now too. So it's like, you know, you do want to be close to home just in case there's any emergencies. But it's, yeah, it can get kind of hard just to feel isolated out here sometimes. To add on to that, another thing about my experience was like, one of the things I really wanted to do when I got out here was to be able to travel to like other Asian countries. But because of the little cold turkey, most borders are closed and I am here. And you can travel within Korea, but it is kind of discouraged to do so for obvious reasons. But yeah, so in a nutshell, if you want to be a pessimist, I moved to a different country just to work. That's negative. I think the cold turkey just changed my whole experience. So yeah, I feel like my experience is going to be different than everyone else's. So yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know so that I can continue making content like this for you. You know, if you want to ask me questions, just feel free to message me and I'll go ahead and write you back really quickly. If I do this again in the future, you know, I'm probably gonna ask through Instagram again to submit your questions. So, shameless plug, follow me there. Another shameless plug, this song that you're listening to in the background right now, I produced it. I'm gonna leave a link to my Soundcloud at the bottom. It's a shameless plug session. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And please, 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 give me some feedback to improve my content. I'm always looking for ways to grow and improve. So thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye. I hope my camera's still recording.